It's Thursday, July 14th, and The Talk is live. Time for more tips from The Talk. Today's topic is nutrition, and we've got celebrity wellness expert and best-selling author Dr. Kellyann Petrucci.
Today's topic, an important one, nutrition. We all want to feel better, we want to be healthier, but where and how do we get started? We took to the streets and found out you had a lot of questions of your own. Take a look.
What is the best way to boost metabolism?
Do vitamins really impact your health?
What makes a fat good?
They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but I don't know, I normally skip it.
People cut down on carbs and use protein to lose weight. Is that healthy?
I'm traveling in US, and how can I eat some healthy food in breakfast? Because I always eat hamburger and pancakes.
All great questions. Joining us now with the answers and advice is celebrity wellness expert and New York Times best-selling author, Dr. Kellyann Petrucci.
All right, welcome, Dr. Kellyann. Thanks for being here today. Okay, so some people say forget about nutrition and dieting because it's all based on genes and they're stuck, you know? And in fact, we polled our viewers, and 41% of them think their diet won't overcome their genes. So what do you have to say to them?
41%, that's a lot. Here's how I feel about that. It's actually kind of cringeworthy to me, and here's why. Not because you feel that way, but because we're conditioned to think that way. Because that's not based in truth, and it's not based in science. Because your genes have a layer over top of them. It's called your epigenome. And lifestyle commands what that epigenome does. So are you sleeping? Are you getting enough hydration? Are you managing your stress? Do you have good people around you? Do you have joy? All of these things trigger that epigenome, and they have a big effect. So I don't care what your genes are, everyone has an opportunity to be healthy and well.
Wow.
Yeah, good to know.
One of the viewers had the same question I have about metabolism. You know, how do we speed it up? And how important is fixing the metabolism and being healthy in that way?
Well, you want that because that's the holy grail of nutrition. Here's why. When you have a boosted metabolism, sitting right here, you're burning fat. You're at your laptop working, you're burning fat. That's what a boosted metabolism can do for you. There's a couple of ways you can do that. Here's a simple way to make a big impact quickly. That's focus on protein. Here's why. Protein has something called a thermic effect. This means that your body has to work at a certain level to digest that food. And in that process, you're burning more calories. So it's about a 25–30% burn rate, whereas if you eat carbohydrates, it's at about a 10–15%. So you get a lot more bang for your buck when you eat protein.
But what type of protein?
Well, that depends on what your eating style is, but I can tell you this. Lean, healthy proteins. Think health. You have to think about it this way. The health of that animal actually translates to you. So you want to eat as healthy as your budget can afford. That's what you focus on.
Okay, good. This leads me to my question. It's about breakfast. Because, you know, I will eat bacon to death, and that's a protein, so does that mean? But that's not the bacon, that's not the protein I should be eating, right?
Well, bacon is okay once in a while, but one of my big concerns about bacon, I will tell you, because a lot of healthier diets, they say eat your bacon. But they're not considering sodium. We don't talk about sodium in health. We have to watch that. And a lot of us, we don't want to feel puffy. We don't want to feel lethargic. That bloat, that puffiness, it comes from foods like that. You know, one of my go-to proteins, I have to tell you, is salmon. I really like salmon because you have to get a good, healthy fat profile. I know we're going to talk about this. That's really important, and it makes your skin pop. Gives you beautiful skin, and it makes your cells work for you instead of against you. So it's one of my favorites.
All right, so, you know, as someone mentioned in that video, on vacation, I know this is me all the way. I want to try everything the city or the country has to offer. It can be tough on vacation to eat healthy. How do you counteract that?
So what's one of the biggest problems that we have when we go on vacation? We get constipated. And the reason why that happens is we're stressing out before we go away. We're on the flight. The flight's very dehydrating. And then we get to wherever we're going. And what are we going to do? We're going to celebrate. What do we celebrate with?
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol. We celebrate with carbs and alcohol. We all do it. Guilty, all of us. So here's what I want you to start thinking about. Instead of drinking water, this is kind of a new paradigm, but I want you to really lock into this. I want you to think about water foods. Foods that have a high concentration of water, and it doesn't have to be hard. In fact, I hooked all of you guys up. If you want to look, right next to you, you've got this plate. Lift that up.
Nice. So I like this. This looks delicious.
So I have to make some call-outs here. You see grapefruit, strawberry, cucumbers, celery, lettuce. So I have 2 call-outs I have to make. And one is cucumbers. Everyone should love cucumbers and down them.
Yeah.
They are the best anti-bloat food ever.
Really?
And don't be afraid. Like, people think, well, if I drink too much, I eat too much water, I'm going to get bloated. That's absolutely the opposite. When you drink enough water, your body doesn't retain and hold on to water. Your body always has to feel confident. I'm getting enough water. I'm getting enough water. So it lets it go instead of holding on to it. And another one, watermelon. Watermelon's also very high. Drizzle a little almond butter on watermelon, bomb. It is so good.
Okay, one quick question. What about when you have to go because you're drinking a lot of water and and it's like sometimes it gets irritating. I'm like, well, I don't want to drink too much because
I knew you were going to ask that. I was so ready for that question because we all have that. But here's what happens as you start getting older: hormones change the rate of your flow, because your kidneys, your bladder, they all change with hormones and they get thinner. And as that happens, you have to go to the bathroom more. So you know what I say? You just got to deal with it, guys. Because I drink my water, I eat my water, because I know my cells are going to work better. My skin is going to pop. And I'm also going to lose more weight.
Dr. Kellyann, you are awesome. Thank you. Don't worry, the doctor is not done, because right after today's show, I have so many more questions. She's going to join me live on the Talk's Instagram account to answer more of your nutrition questions. Look for the handle @TheTalkCBS, again on Instagram Live right after the show. You don't want to miss it. And for more great tips from Dr. Kellyann, check out thetalk.com.